Welcome back, everybody, to Zero Gravity Gaming in the IBS division. We got some action for you on this lovely Sunday for week 8 of this season as Monkeys in Training takes on Big Duck Entourage. My name's Chains, joined by Django. Django, how you doing today?
If you want me to be very honest with you, Rychans, I've casted 6 games of League of Legends, and I'm just here to pretend like I know what I'm talking about, not actually know what I'm talking about. So, all things considered, doing great.
Well, there we go here as both of these teams are sitting at 6-1 right now as we got a battle for first place. Definitely a lot on the lines here today. Just to run it down with the different possibilities that we could have here. If MIT wins, they'll be taking first place in sole possession. If BDE wins today, they will not be going into first actually because they lost last week to Goon Squad due to a forfeit. So they will be same record as Goon Squad, but they will be in second place just due to that head-to-head. We should be getting into this draft here shortly as we are getting ready checks from both of these teams. But I know we casted BDE last week, and I know that I believe they actually lost last week to Goon Squad. Yeah, they lost to Goon Squad due to the forfeit, like I just said. So we'll see what happens here.
All right, Pick and Ben starting to come out here. Brief look through the OPGGs is all I'm really able to bring to the table right off the bat. Morgana is a very contested pick right off the back, and Violence has been spamming Irelia in solo queue, so not surprised to see that one taken off the board first and foremost.
Yep, absolutely. Violence on the Aurelia does like that champion. A lot of comfort there. And just like you said, Morgana is the next pick off the table, taken away from BDE. BDE opting to take away some Jin Zhao action to limit the pool from me, who's the jungler for MIT. And then we'll see what the second band comes through here. Do you imagine we're going to see some sort of AD carry first pick in this game? Or do you think we're going to go with something a little bit different?
So, and again, just looking at OPGGs, neither of these AD carries are really playing at least not in solo queue, right? Are not playing the high profile, high tier AD carries. Ben slipped up. We'll see if we get a confirmation on what that was or if they lost bans. I don't know. I apologize. I'll be very surprised here if BDE doesn't also take away the Hecarim. I know it's been nerfed. A lot of people think it is unplayable, but the champion still essentially does the same rule, and it is Mii's most played. He's still playing it on the current patch, so I think it's a little troll. I'm not a big fan of ever banning their second most played jungler and leaving their most played, so it's up. We'll see if Mii wants to take it or not.
Yeah, it looks like that second ban is just a complete miss ban from Big Duck Entourage. Ornn is the last to be taken away, and MIT will take away that Lilia, so not going to see Rocky on the deer today. But MIT, with this first pick, covering this Lux, a champion that can be flexed into mid and support.
All right, they're going to lock that one off the bat. I'd probably see that going down towards Sign was taken in the support position. Plays a lot of similar champions like the Morgana, like the Brand. Single skill shot, pump out a bunch of damage. Not really Enchanter, but more of a mage support kind of deal. So expecting to see that one into support. Really, Brenz likes to play the hyper carries in the mid. Likes the Yone, likes the Yasuo, likes the Kayle. Things even like Victor are more the wheelhouse, and early rotation bot lane seems to be the name of the game as the ED is going to lock in their AD carry. Ezreal is, in my opinion, a very underutilized pick right now. I think the champion is very strong when piloted correctly and when built correctly. We'll see if BDE can do that this game.
Yeah, and I know there's a lot of people that, kind of just go very random and different builds on Ezreal. I know some people don't go Mythic, some people go like, like Duskblade, or some people go Prowler's Claw. It's just a lot of random stuff there. What do you like as the optimal Ezreal build right now?
So I'm not going to say that I'm not going to sit here and say I'm an Ezreal expert. At the end of the day, as long as you are playing the way that your build facilitates, you're doing great. My take on the current best Ezreal build right now is sort of that mythicless one that you see, but you can opt into Prowlers if it is good in the game state. You don't always have to go into the Prowlers. It can just be fine as a mythicless. If you want to slot that mythic in like third, fourth item, if the enemy team isn't stacking armor, go for the Prowlers. Otherwise, it's just the mythicless build. with the Essence Reaver with the Muramana.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense there
Pretty
for
close, yeah.
BD. Yeah, absolutely. Makes a lot of sense. BD, you're going to lock in that Trundle here. And this is a pick that we saw a lot last week. Just, it can go both ways. It can go to Downfall. It can also go to Rocky. And on the other side, once you see that Lux hovered or locked in a support role, you have to expect that Caitlyn is going to come. MIT locking in this very strong bottom lane and then pairing it up with Yone in the mid lane.
It's a really interesting dichotomy that MIT have going so far, with Lux being extraordinarily potent in the early game, Yone really kicking in on the mid game, and then Caitlyn having this early game and late game dichotomy where she has this big power trough in the middle. So right now their comp has yet to be fully fleshed out and come together, and they're going to take the brother battle and go for the Yasuo BD lock in on R3. That's a really spicy pick. Especially because I'm of the camp where I think Yone is a lot better than Yasuo right now, especially if you're not going to pair it with the Diana, which we almost have to see banned out at this point. Unless you know Trundle's going jungle.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Yasuo Diana is the main combination that you see when this champion is picked. With this mid jungle combination, it is very, very strong. You have Moonfall into Last Breath, very, very easy to execute, and very, very destructive if executed correctly. We'll see if MIT opts to take that away. Because like we said, Trundle is still a flex pick, can go into the top or the jungle. We'll see what happens, but Mordekaiser is going to be the first to taken off the table, and then Greg is going to follow that up.
So now I think the thing for Monkeys in Training right now is worrying about what you pick for your mid lane, because with Chung's champion pool and with the fact that they've already picked their other solo laner, you have to imagine that this Yasuo is somewhat flexible to come out this early, and so I'm curious if Chung... I just can't see Yasuo being good in the Yone. Maybe he knows something I don't, but we'll go later on down the line. I think this should be a Yasuo flex, at least potentially. We'll see how the rest of the draft goes out. So I'm gonna nix that point right now in the butt. BDE are banning top laners. They want to get the safe blind picks out of the way. And Blitzcrank taken off the table is really interesting, because I think that champion struggles a lot into Kate Lux.
Yeah, absolutely. Just with the long range, of both of these bottom laners. But okay, there we go. Malphite is the knockup of choice for Big Duck Entourage. The Malphite Yasuo combo, pretty much just as good as the Diana Yasuo combo, except you can do it from farther away. So definitely good value there. And I guess we see now why they were banning top laners.
Bit more tried and true. And even though, you can say, hey, why are they picking their top laner when they could have counterpicked? Because Malphite is a fine blind pick into Ezreal Yasuo. So there's situations where you just want to take the top laner right away. Shit. Ooh. Boulevard Jungle Shen top with a Yone. That's a really spicy top side. I really like this if this Shen is locked in. I'll talk about why if it happens here. A couple seconds.
Yeah, definitely something very interesting. And yeah, there you go. It's locked in.
Absolutely perfect, because what they have set themselves up for right now is Yone is always going to have the push over Yasuo as long as the matchup's played properly. Volibear is a dive-heavy jungler, always known for their dives. Caitlyn Lux always going to be pushing that lane. You want to have something on the top side of the map that isn't going to be abused, and since the TP changes, champions like Shen and Gangplank that can get involved post-6 and pre-14 are massively valued right now. So really like that Monkeys in Training had this wide open composition in the first three and really brought it together in the last two. So really nice draft coming out of them. BDE are going to round themselves out with a Nami, which honestly feels like a lot of comfort, and maybe saying, hey, if we ever need to flip the switch bot lane, Nami Ezreal has a surprising amount of dueling potential, and they might just try and take a 2v2 when Monkeys in Training aren't ready for it.
Yeah, and I mean, this bot lane is very interesting to me. I mean, I think Ezreal Nami is a lane we don't see that often, but it is pretty powerful just due to the fact that Nami actually can buff up the Ezreal Qs when she presses E on him. So a lot of potential for damage if they're able to, take those fights on their terms, and as long as they don't get poked out, because it is very, very challenging to play against Lux Caitlyn and not get poked out.
I want to see with this Nami lock-in, I would feel the same about something like a Rakan or something kind of in the middle, not really having a clear identity, where if the Lux misses a binding, if Sign misses a binding and Caitlyn's out of position or Lux really extended to try and hit the binding. E forward. Nami throws the spells on Ezreal and really take advantage of a missed skill shot, because if you're going to take this Ezreal Nami lane and Lux misses a Q and you can't do anything with it, you're just better off taking scaling supports rather than something this lane dominant.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have concluded now the draft lull. We're going to get into this client pick and ban, and we're going to just see a lot of the same here, but it does give us a little bit of an opportunity to talk about the specific lane matchups. How are you feeling about Volibear into Trundle?
All right, so the jungle matchup's fairly interesting. I wouldn't say it has too many caveats here, because Trundle really only has one gank target, and that's mid lane for a good while. It is something to note post 6 that the Trundle pillar actually has a very small knockup if you land the center of it on the champion, so does have that combination force with the last breath that Yasuo is able to bring to the table post 6. Pre-6, I really don't see a lot for this Trundle to do. Shen is extremely safe. Caitlyn Lux is extremely safe as long as they should be able to. A lot, sometimes we see these bot lanes overextend without wards, and then you can make good use of that. But Caitlyn Lux should have the priority to keep wards in the lane, and then it's really just the mid lane that Trundle can gank. Volibear is pretty much the opposite, where Shen can get pushed in and Malphite can walk up, be right outside of tower range. Volibear can gank top, Volibear can gank mid, and Volibear can gank bot. I think a lot of people would say, hey, you've got a Caitlyn Lux, you're going to have a pushing bot lane, start topside, clear down. I don't know if I honestly agree with that right now, because starting topside for Volibear kind of sucks. He really likes the multi-camps rather than the single target camps, especially in the early levels. And you have ganks at top, so there is definitely merit to just starting bot side with Volibear, getting the better leash, having the better camps to clear, and then just walking topside, making sure Trundle can't do anything mid, and getting a free gank top.
Yeah, I think I definitely agree with a lot of what you're saying here. Volibear is going to have way more priority in this early game to gank, and if Shen can get ahead of this Malphite, it's going to be very, very hard for Malphite to play, because, I mean, yeah, you're going to just be able to stack the armor, and basically the only, significant magic damage coming out of the MIT roster is the Lux, and, a little bit from Volibear, a little bit of magic damage from, Shen and Yo, but nothing that's too, I think that requires MR, really. And so the Malphite pick seems to be pretty okay in this matchup, you know what I mean? There's very heavy AD damage from the carries. And even if he gets behind, yeah, it'll be rough to play the lane. You get zoned out, but you're gonna be stacking that armor anyway, so I think you'll be okay.
So this is a really fun topic that I always like jumping on, and you're gonna have the ability to to tell me kind of once I get to the end of this topic. Sometimes there's this thing in League of Legends that I've just dubbed like the trickle down effect, where something starts at a very high elo, and you can see it almost takes a couple patches, or even in some cases a couple months, to trickle down into the lower elos till people figure out that it is really cool. Sometimes it starts the other way. Sometimes high elos get it, then the lower elos get it, and then mid happens. So it's not 100% happens the same way with everything. But especially into picks like Trundle, this Volibear build where you go Zhonya's second can be very, very pivotal, because you're relying on buying time rather than just actually being tanky, which Trundle takes away from you. Is that something that we see here in ZGG IBS yet, or is that a mythos?
I think we're still getting there, but I definitely think that's a good point. And I've been seeing a lot of Volibear in the jungle. It's rising in priority a significant amount. So I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing how it actually looks in this game, and if Mi is able to out tempo, kind of like we expect against Rocky. But we are gonna throw it to a break now, as we are into the spectator delay. So we'll be back in a few minutes for game one between MIT and BDE. Don't go anywhere. And we are back onto the for game number 1 between Monkeys in Training and Big Duck Entourage on the red side. Big Duck Entourage in the top lane, Downfall on the Malphite, Rocky in the jungle on the Trundle, Violence in the mid lane, rocking the Yasuo, and Chung and Wingman rounding out the bottom lane with the Ezreal and the Nami.
And on the blue side, it is going to be Monkeys in Training. Crow Theo playing the top lane, Shen, me 2220 Zilch Zich on the Volibear jungle, Egyptian Brenz, Yon mid lane, and the bot lane will be Prince Sticks, and Sign was taken on the infamous Caitlyn Lux duo lane.
Both of these teams starting out with this early 5-point Downfall. Kind of aggressing forward, maybe trying to get a ward in. We'll see if he's actually able to get that here, but either way, 5-point, pretty relaxed early and just trying to gain some information.
Couple wards coming out, nobody basing for sweeper, so nothing to grab there. Nice late ward by Downfall's gonna spot the blue side, so we'll know that the Volibear is pathing up towards him. We expect full clears out of the Volibear. Trundle has a lot of options. Can go blue Gromp red here, can go blue Gromp wolves into red Scuttle. He has a couple options. Well, I guess it'd be mid Scuttle before that, but a couple of options there. I really like the Ezreal press the attack. He's getting my hopes up. He has set himself up to play this lane very aggressively. We'll see if they find the ability to do so. Mid lane's going to be a spicy one here with this Yone versus Yasuo. I've seen Yasuo's win the early game just with that E being so incredibly useful in the lane. Right now, it seems like Renz has the push in mid.
Yeah, push in mid for Brenz here. Violence did not hit the level 2 until just now, so definitely should be able to kind of fight back a little bit more effectively since that level 2 has been hit. But Trundle actually opted for the full clear bottom side, while me just opted for red into Raptors at the top side.
This is a really interesting position where a lot of top laners would just base, but Downfall is going to get frisky in the top side jungle.
Yeah, looking onto me, but the blue buff will be secured by Volibear. Now Downfall is going after him as Rocky is now in the area. Flash has to be burned from me too, and they are running after him. Rocky with the flash forward, and first blood gonna go over to Rocky and BDE, but now Crow is in the area as well as Egyptian as they are onto Rocky. The Ignite is ticking down, the Shadow is there coming through, but the flash is not enough damage. The flash from Crow will finally finish it off, and Rocky will go down.
That feels really bad for Brenz not getting that kill. Wasted a lot of time away from mid lane just to get an assist. Would have loved Crow to flash forward there a bit earlier, but the Shen's going to be happy with the double buffs. Might be able to put up a bigger fight against the Malphite. I think the big news here is both junglers going down as Styx gets really spicy underneath the tower. Eats one shot, but still gets a good bit of damage. Me is upset.
Downfall is looking rough here. Stun's going to come through, and the Thunder from above will take him out. And yeah, just, no resources, no flash, and me just punishing.
Me was really not happy about Downfall walking into his jungle and getting that away. Sign's gonna walk up, make sure the wave gets under tower, and allow Prince Sticks to get this early base off. 24 CS means that not even gonna have a pickaxe this back, so it's a little bit weird on the timing. I believe the thought process is, hey, Rocky just cleared up to his top side. We saw him top side. He's got to come to these bot camps that are respawning and maybe just trying to dodge the Trundle gank. Once again, Bren's getting the advantageous trades in this mid lane.
Violence really, really low as the health bars are so low. Ignite's going to come down, but Brenz is going to be victorious in the solo kill.
Yeah, that's really, really big for the Yone. Was down in experience after leaving lane to help the jungler, and now getting that solo kill will put him right back on top of experience, gets a big wave shoved underneath, and now has the gold lead as well over Violence. So it's a really big swing here. Going to check in on the experience. Yeah, it is about 80% of a level in favor of Brenz after that kill and the push in. So that was much needed for the Yone, and now Monkeys in Training 3-1 on the scoreboard already, and they are in a fantastic spot. I will say bot lane's not winning as hard as we expect them to here in the early game, but that's about the only fault you can really have for Monkeys in Training.
Yeah, usually you expect Violent to be a little bit more ahead with the Caitlyn Lux, but Violence could be in trouble here as Mi's running him down. Ejuption is on the way, does have that knockup coming through, and we'll see if they have to go for it, but instead just back off as Rocky's in the area. And MIT is going to take control of this bottom side river and maybe start up a dragon.
They don't quite have bot or mid pushed out yet, but they're not going to wait on those formalities. They're going to start up the Cloud Drake right away, and it's either a lack of knowledge or more likely the fact that, hey, it's a level 6 advantage in the mid lane. Downfall? No flash on Shen.
One auto away, honestly. Or Crow, the
taunt is going to come up on the taunt.
Oh yeah, taunt still has a long way to come, so Downfall is going to be able to just run right out of there and be okay. But, I mean, yeah, very scary for Downfall there in that lane. And now level 6 is coming through for both of these mid laners as the knockup's going to come through. Last breath, Rocky's in the area as well. And Violence is going to find the kill with the help of a pillar from Rocky.
That's really big. No Ignite on the Yasuo. Brenz utilized the Ignite in that 1v1. It didn't happen. Rocky was able to pick up the assist.
Oh!
Okay.
Violence now Stand United coming through as Crow is in the area. Crow takes down Violence. A nice usage of that Stand United.
Yeah, able to get really, really effective usage out of... Actually, no. I thought that Crow had already based, but no, the Shen is sitting on 800 gold. Didn't actually get the base off before ulting for that. So that was more of a reactive play, but still working out well in the long run here. Shen with 2 kills isn't exactly where you want all the gold right now, but the top side of the map is where all the skirmishes are happening.
Yeah, a lot of action on this top side. You mean, and even, every one of these kills, no action that's resulted in a kill in this bottom side yet. And just taking a look at the overall, state of the game, Violence is up a lot of CS in the mid lane.
That's mostly from when Bren's left lane, but all in all, Violence has just been picking up more CS. Bren's has really been looking for the trades.
Violence looking for it. Oh, a nice usage of the Fate Seal is going to cancel the knockups from the Yasuo. Violence taking really low, and the tower will not even save him, as Bren's going to find another solo kill.
Right now, their cooldowns are just on opposite foots right now. You can see Bren's coming up with the flash. Violence just used his. The Ignite was down for Yone while it was up for Yasuo, and the ultimates were also traded. So it is one of those things where one person really has the advantage. Kind of what I'm talking about with the Ezreal able to walk forward, but top lane is where the action's at.
Me is taken so low and will go down to Downfall. We'll see if there's any continuation play coming through, but looks like none for the time being. And another thing.
Wait, he can win this. Wait. Oh,
Bind goes a bit wide. Yeah, no mana on any of the MIT bot laners, so it's hard for them to aggress further. But also just look at the CS discrepancy in top lane as well. The BD solo laners are up significantly in CS in each of these lanes.
Yeah, it's really big for the CS to be up right now because it's the only thing keeping them within a golf ball shot of the gold distance. You can see it right up top. It's only 300 gold, even though there's 2 kills and First Blood went over to Monkeys in Training. More plates have went down for Monkeys in Training as well.
Oh, friends, again, another gank coming through, and just go back to the shadow because Yon has to go back to it. Rocky's going to find the credit for that one. Is now Mead running in. Could be in trouble, but no last breath as the knockup's going to go wide left. But either way, I mean, kills just traded back and forth in this mid lane, and they're scrapping it up.
It's another situation where Brenz just doesn't have the Fate sealed up and can't play the 1v1 accordingly. Every time Violence has gone for these all-ins, Rocky has not been far behind, so see if the Trundle can take this lead that he's getting from the mid lane and really start pushing that elsewhere. Sign trying to be a nuisance over to Rocky, but he's going to get his blue buff no problem. And we should probably cool off here for the next minute. Teams are gonna probably spend the next little bit setting up for this Dragon Hex Tech on the map, and Monkeys in Training are gonna want to continue that stacking.
Yep, MIT able to secure that first one and would like to keep that going here. But Rocky in this bottom lane, not gonna get slowed, but a nice usage of the pillar. Prince has to flash early. Sign still does have the flash and will utilize that. So a nice gank coming through here. Bubble Not going to find the mark, but the traps are coming through. Damage onto Rocky as Rocky will now flash away. Chung wanting some action for himself. Going to get exhausted up, trying to go on to Prince 6. One more Q should be enough to do it, and he will find the kill there. But look at the rest of MIT. They have joined the party as Sign's going to take down Chung. Benz in the back lines. The double kill comes through now for Sign. And that play very nicely turned around by MIT.
Really nice. Get the full collapse in. Jungle and mid gonna come down. Fate Sealed wasn't used. Thankfully, Brenz is gonna be able to keep up the aggression when he walks back mid lane. And honestly, I've said this once, and I'm 100% a greedy support man. So you know what? Take this with a grain of salt. But early kills on the support are not bad. Getting those early mythics can really... Well, I'm gonna have to stop here. Is mid lane in trouble?
Oh, violence. Oh, nice usage of the last breath. Dodging out of that Fate Seal, but does me have enough damage? The Stormbringer comes through, trying to dash away. Is it enough damage as the Wind Wall comes out? Knock up onto Benz as Mia's taking up the tower. Ignite's taking down, but it is not enough. And Violence goes down, but almost had the beautiful outplay.
Violence played that fight so incredibly well. It's almost sad to watch him go down in the end. From landing the knock-up on me to use him as a taxi, the Wind Wall to stop the knock-up from Brenz, being able to step back to dodge the Stormbringer damage and then E through the Volibear. Everything was pixel perfect for Violence, but sadly just a little bit too much damage coming out of the Volibear and Yone combination. And that's only going to get worse as they're rocketing towards those first items given all the early aggression here.
Yeah. Bren's now sitting 3-2-2, does have the Noon Quiver completed, but is going to find Rocky in the jungle, and this could be pretty rough as the knockup comes through, and Rocky is going to bring down the club and take down Bren's. Dragon is up and available, and the numbers are in favor of BDE, so we'll see if they opt to go for it, as he could be in a rough spot. Sign, though, actually no flash available on this Lux. Traps are going to come through. Look at the damage coming through as a flash from Chung. He's going to secure the kill. Prince trying to fire back. His Chung is taken very, very low, standing right in front of the Wind Wall as to not block any of that damage. Ace in the hole is not going to find the mark here, but with 4v2 in this bot side river, BDE is going to start up the Dragon.
BDE want to get this one off the board. Stops the early stacking and gives them a Hextech Dragon scale into the game. No steal going to come out. And that's going to be some nice attack speed and ability haze over to the Ducks.
Yeah, for the time being, the gold lead is about 900 in favor of MIT, and Violence is starting to figure it out now, using that Wind Wall to block out from the knockup of Benz. Fate Sealed is not going to be flashed away, and Violence going to pick up his 5th death of the game.
Really nice positioning out of me there, knowing that the mid lane is where the blood is spilling and not coming around that corner too early. Really waiting till Violence completely committed to the 1v1 to show up and ruin his party. 1-5 on the Yasuo, still with the CS lead, but Violence's aggression in mid lane is certainly being taken advantage of.
Yeah, and you know, it is the Yasuo, so that 10 death power spike is coming quickly. As it seems, if you know the pattern continues at this rate. Either way, Herald seems to be the next point of contention as the Dragon is responding for 4 minutes. But Rocky is going to face check into me. Subjugate's going to be used to try and buy some time with the increased resistances, but the binds are too much. It's Sign going to find a 450 gold shutdown on this Lux.
Lux is getting bigger and bigger, and like we said, the main source of AP going for the Ludens or the Leandries would be a really nice sign. You could even go Crown in this spot, to be very perfectly honest. It probably gets poked out too much by the Ezreal. However, they're going to back off the Dragon, even getting the pick. Don't have the resources to commit. And something we need to note is while Crow was really pivotal when the fight was around topside, Shen has not found a lot of use in the solo lane. Just kind of going down almost 30 CS to Malphite, and has to stand united if they want to join in for this fight.
Wait, but look, Prince is bot lane, so this Herald should be going over for free. Root's going to land onto Violence, but the Herald is taken away by BDE. And it looks like they're just going to run out. They do have 4v5 for the time being, but Mia is looking for it. Downfall going to flash away. This Headweb's going to find the knockups onto 3, but the combination, last breath, unstoppable force. 2 down already for MIT as Crow is the next one on the table. Double kill for Violence. And the Herald has been picked up by BDE. They're going to be pushing down this mid lane, spawning it up 5 versus 2 with the Herald. And they're going to be getting a lot.
Yeah, it's going to be for sure the first tower going down. They might even be able... Actually, they should easily be able to get a second charge knock up. No last breath, actually. So Violence not going to go forward on that one. Bit of a flash there. Able to get them away. Prince might be in trouble.
Rocky with the pillar comes through. Rock to the back, and Downfall goes on a killing spree.
What a massive flip. The switch is ignited for BDE, and they're going to pick up 2 towers and 6 kills. 5 kills, rather, excuse me, in the matter of just a few moments. I could not possibly explain to you what MIT was thinking. You called it moments beforehand. It's a 4v5. Prince Sticks walking up from the bottom side of the map, and it's not like the Caitlyn got there. Only at the tail end of the fight when it was already over was she even in ace in the whole range. So just walking forward thinking they had some advantage that certainly wasn't there. They got Wombo comboed. They tasted the Malphite Yasuo combo for the first time. And a True Shot Barrage over top, and it certainly sealed the fate of.
Yeah, super big fight there, but even with that happening, you know, with that 2 towers being taken in the mid lane with the 3 for 0, MIT still has, you know, a slight gold advantage of 100. Obviously, you know, that's going to be shifting pretty soon as we imagine, as if the team fights continue to go like that. But yeah, just a little bit of over-aggression there from MIT, opting to fight the 4v5. They wanted the smoke, but they couldn't handle it.
Yep, not really able to see that, but we can really see where MIT want to play for. 38 seconds on this upcoming dragon, and members are down here. They were posturing for vision. They've still got a good bit in the river, which is what they want. Downfall at the end of that fight teleported up topside to stop Brenz from pushing. Malphite has no TP. Shen has both teleport and stand united available, so Crow will be able to join. Downfall will be stuck in the top side, and I think you gladly give over this top side tower to a Malphite to secure yourself the 3rd dragon of the game.
Yeah, I believe so. And the third dragon being the Ocean. Ocean's bringing life to the Rift in this first game of a best of 3 for first place. Now, we can see priority in the waves being taken.
Shot.
Oh, no, Sign onto Chung. 1 shot coming through. Gale Force caught with the damage is enough, and Prince is going to find the 450 gold shutdown. And with that being said, the dragon is going to be all MIT.
And with that pick, Crow doesn't even have to walk down. He's going to be able to stay on the top side, grab these minions underneath tower, and Downfall's not going to get anything for it. I really liked what Crow did do there. Rather than just staying under tower where Downfall could possibly ult him, look to move away so the Malphite couldn't come. But now they want to punish the Shen on top side all by himself.
Tidal Wave's gonna find the knockups. The subject comes through on Sabo Force, and this is just too much for the poor Shen. Unless, wait a minute, the taunt comes through. It's gonna keep Rocky in. 1 more tower shot. No, not enough to take him down, but the tower in the mid lane will fall in favor of MIT, and they're gonna try for another one. They got 3 members pushing strong here as Chung, the only one to defend for BDE. The top tower is gonna be traded back by Downfall, but it looks like this tower is just gonna go down as well. So 2 towers to 1. And a kill, I guess, in favor of MIT for the time being, but Violence on this bot side as well is going to even up that tower count, and you know, will push the gold back in favor of BDE.
So at the end of things, 2 towers to 2, and it was Crow that fell. So BDE grabbed that kill up. They are down a dragon, and Violence might be caught out at the tail end of this play.
Violence is in trouble here, trying to use Sign as a way out. Ace in the hole. Yeah, good night. Shutdown's gonna go on to Prince Sticks, but now me in trouble. Knockups is nice with the bubble coming through. Stand United. Is the shield enough? Yes, it is. as Rocky will go down and Me stays alive, but Downfall is angry. I don't know if he's not looking or he's just walking in straight up as Chung's gonna find the kill there. Chung, no, he just flashes right into the Fate Seal as Bren's a nice usage of that flash. And Ultimate's gonna keep Chung in there, and it's gonna be so far a 3-for-1 in favor of MIT.
Fights just don't stop. More. Bren's is gonna keep going.
Bren's gonna get knocked up. Tidal Wave comes through, can't stop the taunt. As now Crow's trying to front line. Violence is on his way back to the play, but for the time being, it looks like we're just gonna relax and get these waves pushed in.
Sign's gonna throw out the ultimate to make sure that the wave doesn't just get frozen inside of the tower. Downfall is gonna push it out, and we're all gonna back away from the bottom lane. Kills are really starting to stack up here, but need to keep our eyes on the objectives. It's one tower advantage over to BDE, and is one dragon advantage over to MIT. Right now, game fairly even. 2 items completed on the Ezreal and the Malphite. Everybody else still working towards theirs. Interesting items in the Caitlyn's inventory. Not really sure what. Maybe it's just the Last Whisper to help with the armor shred, and then into something like Storm Razors, possibly. Because if you go Last Whisper into Rapid Fire, you're in a world of not dealing damage.
Sign taking pretty low as E forward from Chung just easily takes down the enemy support, and we're seeing the damage coming through now from this Ezreal.
I mean, this is the Ezreal build before you even upgrade the Mirror Mana, by the way. This 2-item spike is absolutely massive. Looks like with the Amp Tome in pocket, might be seeing a Crown Third here. Not a huge fan of it just because of the amount of long-range damage that's going to come out of Sign and Styx, but I can see the idea that you're going to have Bren's jumping on you most fights, and you want to be able to mitigate some of that up front first.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Baron just started up immediately by BDE, and they're going to secure it. But look at Bren's in the bottom lane, pushing away on that tier 2 tower. Ezreal's going to use the ultimate to try and clear up that wave. And I don't think it's going to be enough, though, as Bren's going to secure that tower as well. Either way, you know, BDE with a nice Baron sneak, and they're just going to take it, and we're going to be wearing purple for the next 2.5.
Bruns is going to get that tower, though, and however, even with BDE getting this tower, they're not in the best of spots. And I say this because we're 50 seconds to the next dragon of the game. This will put MIT on Soul Point, and as long as nothing happens here in the next couple seconds to dissuade the facts, Yone is going to get a base off right here and grab the Infinity Edge. It's going to be the 2-item power spike, 100% crit for the Yone that we all know, love, and absolutely fear, which means teamfight victory should be in MIT's wheelhouse, especially with Violence going top without teleport.
Yeah, Violence is top now. Dragon still, you know, about to be spawning, and we'll see. Crow does have Stand United to get in at a moment's notice. But look, wait, this is also the main damage source of the ultimates coming through. Me dodging out of that tidal wave, but we'll see as Downfall goes in. 2-man knockup comes through as Prince has to flash away to safety, but Me in the back lines looking for the 1v3. Stormbringer over the top is not going to be enough as he's going to go down, but look at the top side of the map as Crow and Violence are going at it. Violence is going to win the 1v1, but on the other side, Chung will fall. And right now, it's a 1-for-2 in favor of BDE, but Prince is 1 HP. The Dragon has been started up as no smite is available now for MIT. We'll see what BDE opts to do here as they can just walk up. Brenz does not have the ultimate, but does have the ignite. He's going to go in. Knockups onto 2 members as the bubble comes through. Rocky's taking very low, but will be secure. The Dragon is now Wingman's under threat. Prince is diving forward, exhaust onto Wingman. The poor fish can't do anything. Oh, a beautiful bubble. But it is nicely done by Prince to buffer that Piltover Peacemaker. But look at Violence in the top lane, smacking down this inhibitor tower, and it's going to find it.
Able to grab the full tower there. Violence about to have the last breath, so you got to watch out even if you are on this Volibear. And something to notice, I've been too much. Okay, Bren should be able to walk this one out. Downfall has ultimate. I just don't know if he has the damage. Violence fancies a 1v2.
Violence looking for him. I just want to run though, as this is a bit scary. Bit scary, but nonetheless. Uh-oh. Caught in a bad spot. Oh, in the middle of 3. Trying to use the blast cone. We'll see. As Bren's going to go over the wall. 2-man knock-up last breath onto 2. We'll see if it's enough damage. He's going to flash over the wall. Yeah, beautiful taunt there as True Shot Barrage not going to find me over the back. But now Downfall is in the 1v2. Rocky's on the way, and they could look to turn this around here. Malphite does have the ultimate as Bren's going to go in. Knockups onto Rocky as well, and this is the huge Malphite ultimate onto 2 members. Should be able to turn the fight, but Bren's does have the knockup going through. Fate Seal's going to find 1 on the backside as Wingman is taken very, very low. Look at the low health bars on everyone, but a triple kill for Rocky, and it is all BDE on this play.
Oh, Fate Seal did not catch those melee pursuers. Downfall and Rocky are able to move to the side. And that means Brenz isn't able to clean up anything off the back of that. Wingman with a nice bubble too to help lock him down into place. And oh, the skirmishes are certainly going BDE's way, but getting that dragon was really pivotal for pushing this game later and later. You see Violence onto the Infinity Edge. Ezreal's picked up a lost chapter, and a stopwatch is much, much safer in these fights. And Caitlyn's pretty much a non-factor. And if I'm going to be honest, me is too. This build is very, very skirmish heavy, I will say. It's not really big on team fights. You don't get the tankiness that you get out of something like a chem tank and a Zhonya's, or a chem tank and even another tank item. Is a lot more team fight oriented. This feels like just trying to pick on sidelines, trying to skirmish a bunch. And that's not really what me has done best this game.
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, the skirmishes have been all BDE. Oh, Violence looking for it onto Sign. Stand United is going to be used there as Rocky and Wingman are in the area. Crow's going to join the party, and Subjugate's going to take away those resistances and make Rocky a beefy boy. Me and Downfall scrapping on the backside as me could be in trouble here. A little bit too far forward, but is going to be able to walk out for the time being as Chung is now on the way. Has made it to the party. It's going to be a 5v5 in this mid lane. We'll see if they opt to go for it as Dragon's going to come in too. Oh, last breath finds Prince Styx, and Prince Styx is going to go down. A 3-man knockup from Malphite as Bren's in the back line trying to do the damage, but was there enough damage? No, it isn't, as me will now fall. And it is a 3-for-1 in favor of BDE, and they're going to be pushing down mid. Downfall wants more. Going on to Sign. Root's going to land, and Downfall goes on a rampage. Now 4-1-11 on this Malphite. They're going to be taking the inhibs.
And MIT just can't do anything about the front line. This Caitlyn needs to get to 6 item before she even starts scratching Downfall's back. This Malphite was just not taking damage from the Caitlyn. Sign not able to land any big damage onto the backline members, and once the wombo comes down onto Prince Styx, it is just actually I shouldn't even say it was a wombo combo. It was a stray tornado that Violence threw to the wind, and Styx was not able to dodge out from. Now BDE are really set up for success. They're 3 items on both of their carries. They're going to be able to translate a Baron into a soul point. You've got to think as Wingmen might go down here for a greedy base.
Oh,
flash away.
Yeah, that looked pretty interesting on my screen there, but nonetheless, Wingman is going to be able to get out of that play, just burning the flash, but the Baron is now spawned. 38 seconds on this Dragon as a soul point for both of these teams. And MIT is going to be walking into this top side, trying to clear out some vision and regain a little bit of control in this Baron pit. But the super minions are pushing down mid lane. Dragon spawning in 20 seconds. All 10 members in this game are on the top side of the map. You'd have to expect someone is going to be going down to that Dragon soon. But
I mean, it's just so hard for MIT because you want to contest the Baron, you have to protect your mid lane, and you want to do something about this Dragon. They're not going to be able to make up their mind, and they're going to run right into the hands of BDE.
Oh, me is a bit too far forward. Stormbringer over the top, and he's going to go down. Fateful's going to find 1 on the backside. Prince Styx going to get knocked up by 2 ultimates here, but this looks like they're turning it around as Brenz is going to find Chung in the play, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, life for MIT.
Brenz is a one-man army. Me too, just able to bring enough members together for the Fate Sealed, and a nice 3-man knock-up after snapping back. So well played, but you do have to remember they have no smite. No one in the area, however, so that's going to go down easily. We'll see if BDE are still able to capture this Ocean Dragon, because that might be the bigger prize at the end of the day. Baron's helpful, but with really no structures to take outside of some top lane outers, it doesn't amount to a lot. It's really nice to get it out of BDE's hands, don't get me wrong. Still happy to take it. Now they want to fight over this dragon, and I don't know if they have the gas left in the tank.
Yeah, I mean, everyone on BDE is now coming from base, full health bars. Everyone has bought me. Looking on the downfall, is going to find the stun. Nice bubble from Wingman. Is going to repel any aggression for now. We're going to get a 5v5 in this bottom side with the health bars. No fate sealed. Oh my gosh, downfall just going in combination over the top. True shot barrage for good measure. And this is all BDE. It's going to be a clean 5-for-0 ace. And the Dragon's going to be theirs. And they could look to just end this game if they can get the wave there in time.
Mid lane's probably too far away to go for an end. I expect that inhibitor to drop topside. Can they make it on this top wave? It's 20 seconds on the closest member. Honestly, if everybody ran top, might have had a chance. Might steal. It's 15 seconds on the clock. Do BDE just win?
They have two waves.
It's over. It's actually over.
2 waves coming in. One tower dead. The next is going to fall. Still 5 seconds on Prince Sticks. And the Nexus towers are falling. The Nexus is under siege. Last Spark is not going to do anything as Prince Six is hitting away at downfall, but just killing yourself. And game 1 is going to go to Big Duck Entourage.
What a nice game coming out of BDE. Not losing their cool in the early, not sweating about losing a couple fights, and really just keeping it together, knowing they had the wombo combo. Violence hit the 10 death power spike as he falls to the ignite in the last game. And with that power, BDE are able to claim the victory in game 1.
Yeah, BDE takes game 1 off of, a little bit of a suspect early game, or at least an early game that MIT was, dominating pretty well as far as kills come, and gold as well. But nonetheless, BDE with that composition of the Yasuo Malphite and, Nami and Ezreal damage over the top, it was enough to take the victory in game 1. We're going to take a short break, but we'll be back for the pick ban of game number 2 shortly. We'll see if BDE can take it into a fashion or if MIT will force a game 3. You're not going to miss it. You're not going to want to miss it. There we go. And we are back for the pick ban of game number 2 between Monkeys in Training and Big Duck Entourage. BD taking it in game 1. Looked very, very good off the back of a lot of strong team fights. And, maybe a little bit of a misplays from MIT, taking some strange fights. But nonetheless, BDE comes out victorious.
It really felt to me watching that game and kind of thinking about all the fights that MIT lost, where it's just the fact that they were having a team fight every 45 to 60 seconds, and some of their ultis were just on 90-second cooldowns, and they have to say, "Okay, guys, we can't take this fight. We've got a Yone with 2 items, and he's walking up to the dragon with no fate sealed. Like, it's not gonna go well for us." MIT just continually opted into those trades, didn't want to give up any objectives, and overreached. And in overreaching, they gave up not just the objective, but also gold back for BD to get into the game. To note, though, even though skirmishes did go MIT's way, BDE were winning most of their lanes. They had the Ezreal lane that was even, and then mid and top were out CSing, jungle was out farming, and so if MIT don't get those early leads, I really worry about what BDE are actually going to do to them, because the team fights from BDE looked clean, the lane phase from BDE looked clean. It was just in the skirmishes that they really fell short.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like. And, I wonder what is going to happen in this game, too, if BDE is going to go for kind of a similar composition. You can see that that Trundle is going to be taken off the table this time by MIT. So, we'll see what BDE does in response here. And, I'm kind of wondering if MIT is going to go down the same, path with their composition. We think that they had a pretty nice composition and, they played decently, but just a little bit of misexecution in the team fight. So I didn't mind their composition at all. What about you?
I think if I would change anything about MIT, I would get rid of the Caitlyn Lux bot lane. Honestly, the Lux wasn't even too bad. Caitlyn for me is just this champion where the mid game is so weak for her, and you have to either play early game perfectly and get to be so far ahead of the other AD carry that you're fine in the mid game, or you have to farm it out for 6 items. And it's not even unironically like, oh, well, he says 6 items, it just means late game, like 4 items plus. No, I literally mean 6 items. Like, Caitlyn feels so bad on anything less than 100% crit or anything more than 20%. So it's a weird dichotomy. Ezreal Nami, BD are pretty happy with it, and honestly, I can't say I blame them. I think the Ezreal build is really good. I think he's got a good read on the meta with the 2-item mythic list, at least in with the press the attack. It's a very strong early game centric build, and I was critical of Nami just because I don't like the champion in general, but Wingman's obviously comfortable on it. Hit a lot of nice bubbles. Tidal waves were on point, so if he's comfortable with the champion, gonna stick with it. And there you go. Drop the Caitlyn, drop the hard 80 carry, pick yourself up, bread and butter Jinx, team fight goddess. And honestly, still going to have a good bit of lane pressure. Has the zap for poke. Has the rockets to clear out the wave. Going to do a lot of similar things. Not as dominant as the Caitlyn, but rounds into team fights a lot nicer. So I like what MIT are doing. And they're going to take the Malphite away. Okay. Good adaptations out of MIT. I'm liking it. Now what's going to be the response from BDE? I imagine they want to take away Yasuo, or they can just ban it away. They can ban it away if they don't.
I'm thinking maybe they ban Yasuo, or what they could do is they could pick Diana and then force MIT to ban out the Yasuo.
Ooh, now that is 5 head.
That could be a nice adaptation.
That would be really, really cool. We're not going to see it, sadly.
That's that CLOL drafting experience, but you know what? I guess not. Unlucky, but it would have been cool. Kench is going to be the option to be locked in instead by BDE, and they're going to ban out the Yone.
So pretty much taking their preferred top lane matchup into the Malphite. They value that over maybe getting some sort of draft edge by taking the Diana or whatnot. Well, now we're gonna keep an eye and see if Yasuo squeaks through this pick and ban here. MIT could honestly still ban it off, but I'd rather see 2 jungle bans. And they're kind of thinking the same. Gonna take the Lilia away, which is just a obnoxious champion to play. Trundle's already taken off the board. You can look at things like Jarvan is probably a good takeaway. Hecarim's still a fine takeaway. Volibear also plenty fine because you imagine they're gonna go jungle on R4 here if they're not taking Yasuo.
Yeah, I mean, and Yasuo's not banned, so I mean, it might just be a Yasuo take. Kind of still does have that knockup that can be utilized in a similar way. You still have the Nami
Nami.
with the tidal wave, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what MIT ups the ban for with this last ban. Obviously Lilia taken off the table, and you expect to see one more, but no Vigar going to be the option, and I don't mind it. I mean, you do need a lot. You do need AP from this composition. If you're BDE, so Vigar is just a pick who's very strong and can just scale infinitely. So it's rising in popularity a lot. So I'm okay with that ban.
I'm going to take that one off the board. And now PDE are thinking about what to take. Yasuo is on the table. A bunch of other mid laners up for grabs as well. Mid lane pool not pinched too much
Wow.
whatsoever. And okay, they're going to opt for the jungle. They're going to give the mid lane pick R5. They want the best matchup possible here. And Poppy's a little interesting because right now there's no dashes whatsoever to stop.
Yeah. This is strange to me. I don't know. I don't know about the Poppy pick, but we'll see. I'm pretty sure it's a Rocky classic though. Um, this Poppy pick, but either way, dude, MIT complex looks pretty gross.
MIT comp is really, really strong when it comes to team fights. I'm not entirely sure how Hecarim E works with Poppy. The little kick at the end, that might get stopped by Poppy W, but that is not enough for Poppy to really be picked here. Now yeah, you really don't even have a real good lane to like permagang. We're gonna keep an eye on Rocky with the Poppy and see where that goes to. Gonna pick the safe scaling Victor, and MIT's team fight, man. They took a page out of BDE's book. They said, hey, apparently the better team fight comp wins, so we're just gonna pick something that you can't outscale and you can't out team fight. Do something about it.
Yeah, this will be pretty
That's
interesting
Giga
here.
Chad.
Silas is really, really good pick. Wow.
Oh,
Okay.
that's huge.
All right. A really nice pick here. This Silas. A lot of beautiful ultimates to take away. I mean, Malphite, Hecarim, and Victor to name the most, notable. But even Jinx and Lux have good ultis to take away as well. Malphite ulti is going to be doing 1,000,000 damage with the Silas because going to be building that AP, and same with. I mean, that's a very nice pick, but the rest of the comp is a little bit strange to me.
Yeah, a lot of the comp is very skirmish heavy with the Poppy, the Ezreal Nami. It screams to me, play around bot side, play around mid lane. Kind of just skirmish your way into 2 early dragons and a gold lead, and then hopefully you win the 3rd dragon and you put the enemy team in such a bad spot that they kind of crumple the game from there. If they even contest the last dragon, you can go for a Baron, scroll that into a bigger gold lead, and then you're able to take the last dragon you need for soul. Kind of the bread and butter, but it requires so much more proper play. And honestly, it's not even proper play. I shouldn't even say that because I feel like players understand how to win games. It requires you to make so little mistakes. A comp
Yeah,
like
and
BDE, if you get behind with your stats, your composition starts falling apart. If Ezreal Qs are doing nothing to Hecarim Malphite, your comp is falling apart. If Silas is 0 and 3 and tickling the enemy backline with a Malphite ultimate, your comp falls apart.
yeah, absolutely. It's a lot on BDE to see if they can get ahead in this early game, because if they don't, I mean, it's really bad for them, like you said. So we'll see what BDE can do. The composition's kind of swapped a little bit here, as MIT now has this big, heavy team fighting composition with the Malphite ulti, with the Hecarim ulti, with the Victor ulti, just a lot of AoE ultimates that can deal a lot of damage very quickly. And BDE kind of has this more single target focused composition. Yeah, you have the Silas to take away the ultimates, but we'll see if that ends up being enough.
Uh, I struggle to think of ways that it is enough, but BDE surprised me last game. Last game, I really thought, like, yes, BDE had the better team fight last game, but it was so easy for me to see Yone, Volibear, Shen with a Caitlyn Lux and just be like, okay, dive bot on repeat. Go, 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 go. But it was the top side skirmishes that MIT kept answering because let's be honest, BDE started most of those. Remember, it was Downfall running into the enemy jungle, starting those fights. It was a lot of mid lane 1v1s that started those fights, and it felt like MIT were always responding and not being able to make their own plays. Now I feel like the shoe's on the other foot, where BDE need to make the plays, but they need to win them this time. They can't be giving up those plays and then relying on team fighting, because they don't have that insurance to fall back on.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I keep saying this, but it's just like I don't even know. Like, it's very interesting, and we've already said, the draft from MIT seems way better. There's a lot of it's significantly more difficult to play this composition for BDE, but you do have the tanky members. I think Poppy is very strong in this early game, and maybe they'll look for like some sort of like cheese onto Hecarim, because putting Hecarim behind could prove to be pretty valuable. But I guess we'll see. Like you said, BDE surprised us in game one, and they can surprise us again in this one. So
I think BDE are going to pull any rabbits out of the hats. It's got to come from Rocky, right? You've got this Poppy, and you've got decently gankable lanes in mid and top. Bot lane, don't even try. You've got to go through Zap, you got to go through Lux Slowfield, you got to go through a Binding, you got to go through traps. It's just not happening, bot lane. You're a Poppy, you got to run at them. Mid and top, however, look pretty decent, especially mid, because the Victor's going to be pushing with that laser. Even pre-augment into a Sylas, you expect the Victor to have the wave push. If Poppy can gank at unexpected times, get the Sylas ahead, then the two of them can roam to side lanes and start making things happen. There's a world where BDE pull this out. It just requires so few mistakes, so strong execution, and they have to prey on small windows that MIT are going to give them.
Yeah, I mean, there are going to be small windows. That's just how IBS goes, and we'll see if BDE is able to capitalize on them. We see where everything is going. We already kind of knew there wasn't too much distortion in this draft here, but nonetheless, any last points you want to make before we throw it off to a break?
2v2 kills bot. Come on. I'm a bot lane specialist. I like that. But we didn't see any last game. All the fighting was top. Bring it down bot. It's more fun down here. It's really not, but keep it in my IBS games. Keep it out of my solo queue. How about that?
Yes, action in the bot lane. You heard it here first. We'll be right back before we get onto the rift for game number 2 between BDE and MIT. We are back onto the riff for game number 2 between Big Duck Entourage and MIT. We got the same sides as last game. BDE on the red side, Downfall in the top lane on the Tom Kench, Rocky on Poppy in the jungle, Violence on Silas in the mid lane, and Chung and Wingman running up the bottom lane with the Ezreal and Nami.
And on the blue side, it is still Monkeys in training. Crow Theo now on the Malphite top side, taking that away. Me 222000 gonna grab the Hecarim this game. It's Brenz in the mid lane on Victor, Prince Sticks on Jinx, and Sai was taken.
Minions have spawned.
Paul went for this play last time. They're going to see it coming this time, but Mi's not going to be in the correct position to take the ward out, so that one will still spot the topside start out of the Hecarim, and Rocky's got full information. It's a Dark Harvest Poppy. If he doesn't pop off this game, like, he's seeing some angle that I'm not. That's all I'm saying.
I think this is a Rocky classic, actually, this Dark Harvest Poppy. I believe we've seen it before from him. And that's why I was kind of, I kind of mentioned that in the champs, like, oh, I think Rocky plays a lot of this champion, but nonetheless, it is the secret technologies. Dark Harvest going to be dealing a lot of damage. Hopefully, I'd imagine that Poppy tries to get up into that top lane, but Violence taking a lot of damage in this early game. Chain's going to hit the minion, and we'll get traded a little bit back. But either way, just based on the range versus melee matchup, Violence is going to have a hard time for the first few levels.
If you listen to Procast at all, you're always going to hear the same phrase that Silas either trades health for CS or trades mana for enemy health, basically just trading onto the enemy constantly. And you can see Violence is much more focused on the CS, even in the melee matchup, only down 2 in the early levels, and did take the Ignite, so does want to be aggressive here.
Going in is level 3 for Brenz. Violence is down a level, but now finally does hit that level 3 and, brings the chains down onto Brenz. And you have to imagine that with the next all-in, with the next E coming up from Violence is going to go in. Here we go, looking forward here as the chain's going to land in absolute domination. First blood comes through for Violence.
You gotta be able to flash that Abscond Abduct combination. It's way too massive. Violence didn't even have to blow flash or ignite to get onto Brenz, and that was honestly just greedy coming out of the Victor. Hopefully we'll see Brenz button it up and play a bit more safe, because Violence really took it to him.
Yeah, and I've actually played a lot of this matchup, playing Victor into Silas, and if you give any sort of lead, it's a disaster if you're playing Victor in this game here. Silas is going to punish you so hard and can just run you down, basically, at will, so it's a tough sign for Brenz in this game early on, but we'll see if they can tighten it up, like you said, and as we move forward into the late game. But either way, CS leads. Look at the CS lead in the top lane. Oh my gosh, and the wave is coming back to Downfall. So Downfall can freeze this here, and Crow is going to be in a whole lot of trouble.
Crow's not going to be able to do too much with the limited mana pool. We'll see if Downfall is able to manipulate the win into a favorable state up top side. Now I'm going to keep my eyes on Rocky, because Poppy really hasn't been able to do a lot. Mid lane got a solo kill, so the plan I had set out for Rocky wasn't able to be completed. Now Brenz will have to push in this big wave, and we'll see if the Victor comes under any fire while that happens. But right now, it's going to be Me Too up to the top side of the map, trying to find Rocky, as he's had no information of the Poppy all game long. Not going to spot him there with that Raptor ward. Will spot him in the tri-bush. Crow knows that he's in trouble if he sticks around.
Yeah, and it looks like we might get a 2v2 in this top lane. Oh, nice bubble landing onto Sign was taken, but here we go. Crow is under attack.
It was the mid lane that kind of Violence found an angle.
In this bottom lane, both flashes are available and will be burned, and as well as the heal from Prince Stick. So either way, you know, 3 summoner spells traded off of that roam. Very, very effective there for Violence, and we'll see if Wingman and Chunk can punish that at all, or if Rocky wants to come down and do something about that. But the dragon is up, and bot lane Prio is in favor of BDE, so we might see them look for it. Actually, yeah, no smite for now, but
It'll be a little bit hard just with the champions they have, and Rockies probably want to keep to the jungle for a little bit after that failed top side play. I'm really curious what the Poppy's going to be able to bring out. Knockup is dodged out by Crow, but it looks like he's having a hard time dealing with this Tahm Kench in a 1v1 scenario. A little bit low on the CS. Me Too's up here, but I don't know if they have the damage to run down Timothy Kench again.
yeah, it doesn't look like it here, as Mewtwo is just going to get aggressed on, going to get eaten.
Run them
Spit
down.
back into the tower. And is the tower going to be enough? No, not yet. When Crow's going in. Oh my gosh, the Grey Hill Tower is taking damage.
No.
Oh my gosh, unclog the frog, unhibit the ribbit, because Downfall is going crazy in the 1v2.
Apparently, whichever jungler ganks top first is just me.
Oh,
you
no,
don't
not
win this. You don't win this. You don't win
Wait.
this.
No, Onslaught of Shadows, me is going in. Knockup's not going to find the mark here. But Downfall does not have the flash available. Tongue does land. Oh, he could have continued. He could have continued, but yeah, either way, you know, Downfall. Also, look at, oh my gosh, we're fighting bot lane. Here we go. Rocky is in, going in onto Prince Stick's gonna get stunned up against the wall, and this is going to be a dead Jinx. Kill gonna be given over to Chung. Very, very nicely done, as it should be. And yeah, I mean, all around now, both sides of the map are for BDE.
Chung, really nice to be able to pick up that kill. Violence wants it.
Violence looking forward here. Ignite's going to be taken down, and absolutely enough there, as Violence going to find yet another solo kill, but the Chaos Storm is doing a lot of damage. It's not enough, though, as one more tick would have been the deciding factor, but Chaos Storm is gone, and Violence gets away with another solo kill.
Unbelievable.
Oh, Onslaught of Shadows! Oh!
Yeah.
Oh my
nice.
gosh! Oh, he's going back in! Let's go, Violence!
Very
Violence
well
on a mission this game. 3-0 on this Silas, getting the 2 different 1v1s and 2 different solo kills. Wow, that was wild.
Gonna get the recall stop there. I feel like he's brazen
He's
enough
going
to
in.
step forward.
He's going back in onto Friends again. Conqueror's gonna be stacked. No ignite though. And yeah, I mean, you probably just push this wave in and hit the death
now it's
skis.
really bad because Victor doesn't have any pots, so as soon as Silas gets back to lane, this is over. Throw a Q and walk away, but Violence, the green might get the better of him.
Yeah, this is just a bit much here from Violence. Mia's gonna hit him with that devastating charge. Wow, Baron Reza is flashing forward and doesn't even get the kill. Oh no, and top lane again! Downfall. Oh my, Rocky in this
Rocky
bottom
set
lane.
up a tent, my man.
Oh my gosh, sign was taken. This is gonna fall. We'll see if Prince can find the damage onto Chung. As one more honor should do it, but no, the tidal wave is true and proper. A double kill for Rocky, and look at BDE go.
Rocky is the jungler of my nightmares. My man has not left bot lane. He literally cycled his camps, ganked bot, cycled the enemy's camps because Hecarim showed top, ganked bot, walked mid, ganked bot.
Holy nuts.
Oh, the Poppy just can't get out of the bottom side, rather. Me Too's realizing the same thing. He's like, yeah, if you're going to take my red side, I'll take yours. Grabs the red buff, and the Raptors dips on out to the top side of his jungle. And he's got a whole red side to clear when he gets back to base. So, looking very pretty right now. BDE off to an explosive start. We can see top lane's just an absolute wreck. Down 30 CS and 2 solo kills. Brent has been putting up a bit more of a fight, keeping a lot closer in CS. However,
Oh my gosh.
Downfall is just, he walks where only that man can walk. Like, name me another champion at 10 minutes that just has a bramble and is running into the enemy jungle because he can. They can't do anything about this Tom Kench. It's just such a wall.
Here we go. Okay, Crow just having to flash away.
Had ult up.
Oh, Violence. Oh my gosh, he hits the 2-man. Everfrost as the Onslaught Shadows comes in. Chaos Storm's stolen away, but Rocky is here. Look at the damage coming through over the top as the Chaos Storms are flying, and it's going to be a 1-for-1 so far. Jungle for mid as Violence is going to go down. Oh my gosh, look at the bot lane go as Last Spark is not going to be enough to take down Chung, but the bottom lane for MIT is smacking away at this tower.
Wingman roaming up has been the signal for Styx and Sign to walk forward. Crow shouldn't die here, all realistically.
We'll see. He does have the ultimate available.
He has ult.
Gonna get devoured up, but we'll see. Downfall does have flash. Will use the ultimate. I would have liked to see Downfall. Ooh, I would have liked to see Downfall maybe auto and then Q instead of cancel the auto for the Q, because then he would have gotten the stun. And I think that would have been enough to take the kill, but nonetheless, you know, either way, Crowthio is going to be shoved out of lane. Downfall's going to get free time on this tower, and BDE is going to take a free Rift Herald.
That's not entirely free, as Prince Styx and the Sign was taken have been running it down this bot lane, about to get the 5th and final tower, and they're going to get the first tower of the game off this. So the gold's going to springboard back a bit. We'll get 2 plates top out of this Rift Herald, 3 with Downfall and Rocky. So it's not going to be the full tower topside. I imagine Tom Kench and Poppy don't have... Wow, they do have enough damage. Okay. Oh, Chung, you've just been left alone on an island, my brother.
Has to flash away. Does... Oh my gosh. Okay, Exhaust's going to come down. Nice bubble from Wingman, but it looks like the rest of MIT doesn't have any damage to chase further. But look at Violence on the absolute flank of the Sentry. Prince has to flash away, but they are caught on the wrong side of the rift here. They have to use that blast cone to safety. His Onslaught Shadow is going to go in. Nice bubble from Wingman. And Wingman's been playing like an absolute savage on this Nami here. Violence going to take down Prince inside. Oh no. Lux in a bad situation. Does have to burn the flash, but will get knocked up. Chance go a bit wide. But you know what? It does not even matter because a double kill comes through for Violence. And 8 kills up. Go BDE.
Oh, BDE. We said they had a skirmish comp, and they're absolutely destroying the skirmishes. Really nice Chung there. Double back-to-back arcane shifts, buffering CC to keep the Ezreal alive. Oh, he's dead. Bye, Brenz.
Brenz, the victim of a beautiful dive coming through by BDE, and this mid lane tower is under siege. They're going to be taking plates. Onslaught Shadow is not available, so Mi's just going to run at them menacingly, but there is nothing that they can do. Oh no,
the
Prince! Beautiful knockup by Ken. Yeah, just gonna eat him. Just gonna eat him. That's it. That's all it takes. As now Sign is gonna be taken, maybe? Oh no, not yet. But the tower in the mid lane, more plates are falling. Crow is gonna be getting in the top lane, but either way, I mean, BDE 3.5.
Oh my god, leave him alone. He's a support. Wait, you missed your Q!
Rocky. Okay, that's an absolute int. That's an absolute int.
Okay,
from Rocky.
It's kind of fine if he hits the Q smite and gets the Dark Harvest proc and kills her before the Q comes out, but he absolutely whiffed the Q.
Wow.
Swing and a miss there from Rocky, but to pat his back there a little bit. He did solo out the dragon right beforehand, grabbed the Hex Tech for his team, and pushed them to 2 Drakes 2-0. Also had that Herald crash topside, so Rocky's been on the neutral objective game, and you can't fault him for that one. Good news for MIT is a lot of their gold is in some of their late game scalers. The Victor's got 3 kills. Jinx, however, not feeling as good. 0-4 Prince Styx, not having nearly as good of a game on the Jinx rather than the Caitlyn from last time. And Chung Meng just picking up where he left off with the Ezreal build, going deep into this mythicless fun time. Bubble's not going to land. Violence is here, 4v3.
Oh, Wingman.
Oh
could
my
have gotten one-shotted. Oh my gosh, look at the damage from Chung. Oh, Super Mega Death Rocket. No, it flashed in a straight line. You got to flash to the sides when the Super Mega Death Rocket is coming, but nonetheless, The kill given over to Prince Sticks, and that's going to be a gold reset there. Oh my gosh, Malphite going in onto Silas. Violence is going to go golden, but a nice usage of the Gravity Field, and the Chaos Storm is ripping through BDE. As now Chung under threat. The teleport's coming in now from Downfall, and we'll see if Downfall has anything. This is a very beefy frog right now.
Has the pose amount, but not going to be able to chase down 5 members. Rocky gets caught and...
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah, it's the interrupt on that one. No, Violence got caught. Rocky paid for it. No. Wanted to step forward and get that unstoppable force for the Silas ultimate. Sadly, that put him in risk. Getting jumped on MIT. Grab a big chunk of gold and put it in their pocket. Now they're sitting only 300 behind BDE. Really lost a lot off that Silas getting shut down, giving a bunch of gold back over, and Jinx grabbed all 3 of those kills. The 0-4 Jinx just got a fat paycheck. It's 2k in the pocket, but hasn't spent it yet.
Uh-oh, Downfall is looking, and Rocky is looking. Knockup's going to come through. Ultimates are going to be whiffed from Rocky. Hammer of Justice goes a bit wide, but, you know, either way, everything's okay for the time being. And Crow's pushing top lane, should be able to secure that outer tower for MIT, as the gold is, you know, under one. It's, you know, that 300 gold differential right now. Dragons are stacking in favor of BDE, though, as the next one is going to be Infernal in about 1:20. That is going to be their potential soul point, but, you know, either way, in a game where we thought BDE was just going to get absolutely destroyed, they're looking pretty good, all things considered.
The early game, just about everything that could go right went right for them. Bot lane was camped by Rocky. Violence getting solo kills. Downfall 2v1ing up in the top side. They had the one misplay top side, but other than that, plays have really been going in their favor. Now we made it to the mid game. They got caught out in an outnumbered fight, and they lost a good chunk of gold. Now the question is, can they still step up onto the map? Can they still get the vision down, and can they still fight for this dragon? Infernal Soul is, I won't say purely enough to beat this team fight composition, but it sure helps. This Violence is getting to a very extended trade with Crow.
Oh my gosh, trying to go under the tower for that one as the Herald started up by BDE. They're looking good. They're trying to take it. There's no contest here. It looks like they might just trade.
I don't like this.
Yeah, maybe they're gonna just trade it for
Violence knows
dragon?
that if he hits that abscond underneath the tower, Crow just ults him, right?
Here we go. Herald has been secured. Dragon spawning in 6 seconds. No teleport on Violence, but Crow does have it, and we'll see if they have to go for it. Oh my gosh, he's going in under the tower. We go as the abscond is true.
Oh, got the one
and
shot.
Violence gets it. Ah, tower.
Oh no.
Tower is gonna go down as the dragon will go down in favor of MIT.
Oh, that was a 23 HP dragon. I really thought
really
Rocky
close,
was
yeah.
going for it.
Herald spawned up in this mid lane. We'll secure the tier 2 tower. We'll get a charge on the inhibitor tower as Rocky's gonna find me in this jungle. Pinned against the wall, comes through here, and Onslaught of Shadows will be used to try to get to safety, but the Flash Hammer of Justice is gonna be enough for the time being. Me looking to run back, but caught on the wrong side of the rift. The Flash Tongue is gonna find the connection as Rocky is running in, and yeah, me just kind of has to go back in and try to see what they can get. And that's going to be it. Me Too is going to go down.
Kill given over. Downfall is going to take that one. Sadly not fantastic, but I'm not sure if I really agree with BDE giving up that dragon. Yes, you played for it. Violence got the solo kill on top side, and I usually say, hey, I really like a team all committing to a play. They got the tower mid lane. Rocky didn't go for any hero steals on the dragon. It was just a quick ward to check base timers, see how much time they had to push mid lane. But stopping the soul stacking against such a just late game powerhouse of a team composition is absolutely terrifying. Violence, my men, you gotta show some restraint at some point.
Oh, Unstoppable Force plus the Super Mega Death Rocket combination as Violence and Wingman are in trouble. Wingman's already gone down. Violence is going to fall to Sign. And yeah, I mean, that's 2 free picks going over to MIT, and they're going to be starting up the Baron.
Violence is just playing way too aggro right now on this Silence. Now 5v3. Can they stop it? Big damage out of Chung.
A lot of damage here.
Gotta keep poking him down. Baron's reset. This is great.
They're going to look for a fight. Onslaught of Shadows is going to find the fear onto 2 as Rockies gets sent into the rest of the team. Will go down. Chaos Storm's ripping damage over the top as me. Oh, trying to go in, but nice knockup from Downfall to get out as well as save his 80 carry. The rest of MIT is chasing, but now Wingman has joined the party to heal up the rest of the team. Look at all this gray health that's going to come through back from Downfall. Last spark, not going to find the mark, as neither will the traps. This is getting crazy.
Was dodged away from by the shift out of Ezreal was really big, but all in all, a 1-for-1 trade and stopping the Baron. Rocky, Chung, and Downfall made the hero play happen. They don't allow the Baron to go over to MIT, and they're going to extend this game for BDE. Right now, I really want to see, especially Violence and Rocky, just kind of button up the shirts. Their team is looking strong. Sure, the gold lead isn't there, but their champions haven't fallen off yet. The enemy team hasn't super scaled yet. And so you really want to use this time to find Violence!
Violence! Oh, Violence!
Oh my goodness, Violence!
Prince sticks! Oh no, the chains! The chains dodged out! Oh my gosh, Two-Shot Barrage is wide. And Violence needs to relax, dude. Calm down.
So many things had to go right for him to get those kills, and he almost grabbed 2 of them. Prince 6 able to survive with just the usage of the heal. Violence goes down for the 6th time. He had such a strong early game, but he's just trying to make plays by himself. You've got to play the team game. You've got to have backup there when you go for those sorts of fights. And now your team is left wandering around the map, not sure what to do, not having pressure to get anything, and you're just giving so much time over to MIT. They have Jinx, they have Victor, they have Malphite. They will scale into an unstoppable team fight composition, and it's not a matter of how, it's a matter of when.
Yeah, and I mean, BDE, they had such a big early lead in this game, and it just seems like Violence kind of throwing it away on his own.
It's been hard when you feel like you're the playmaker, when you feel like you're the one with the gold on your shoulders, and you want to make those plays, and Violence
Again?
not looking to stop.
Holy
not
moly.
going well for him.
Yeah, ticking super low with the ultimates from Jinx and Lux used in that play. Should just back. Just reset. Just press the B button. As the...
Are they gonna trade another dragon for Baron?
This
is that the play?
Interesting. I don't think it's the play, but it looks like it might be what they'll do. Violence has the Lux ultimate stolen away. It's not the best ultimate for him, but it's a decent one nonetheless. Oh, the flash unstoppable force from Crow. Theo is gonna find Violence, and we'll see in the 1v4 Malphite comes through, but Chung is under siege. Onslaught of Shadows is going to be used, and doing a lot of damage. Crow is going to go down as Mia is under is next rather. Chung has to flash her to safety as Benz is running through the back lines. Let's find the shutdown there, but we'll get flashed on as well. And now Prince is running down. Wingman Zap's going to find the mark there as Sign is going to go down on the backside, and now it's Prince Sticks versus Downfall. This is bad if you're the Jinx, as Kench is always going to beat you in the 1v1, especially a 7-in-1. Kench, the tongues are flying, and the tongues are landing. Downfall is going to save that team fight and end it with it being 4-for-1 in favor, 4-for-5 in favor of BDE, and the Dragons should be theirs.
What a when your 7-kill mid laner gets taken off right at the beginning of the fight, I gotta give a lot of credit over Chung there. Massive Ezreal damage over the top, goes down because Sign was able to find a light binding onto them, but Downfall really cleaned up all the kills. Downfall was the big benefactor from Chung holding his ground and making that a one-team fight. Wingman had a nice tidal wave over it. They just weren't able to secure the team fight victory. Downfall might have caught the jungler. No ultimate. Wait a second.
Oh, knockup is true. As a stun comes through. Oh my gosh, they've caught out the jungler. And Hecarim is dead. That means this dragon should be pretty free. Rocky is here and does have the smite. Violence again.
Violence, please.
A little bit of
Violence! Stop it!
Holy moly, dude. Has to burn the flash to get out of there. Rocky does have the ultimate. Okay. Okay. The dragon was at 400 HP, but nonetheless, it was secured.
Surely they're not looking for a 4v5 team fight right now, right?
Surely.
Surely.
Downfall going in. Gravity Field is going to stun him up. Wow, a lot of damage from the Lux. As Violence is going in onto Sign. Sign's going to go down. On the other side, Crotheo is going to use the ultimate to try to get onto Violence, but look at the healing coming through from the Kingslayer.
Sticks.
Prince has to flash away. We'll see if Downfall goes for it. Does land the tongues. He's going over
my
into the
goodness, of
base.
course
We
he is.
go. And Chung is going to follow through with the damage. The Mystic Shots are firing as Downfall caught on the other side of the walls here. He's going to use
Oh, he got out!
the dive to get down. And a double kill comes through for Chung. It is only
30 seconds.
Egyptian.
Wait,
Yeah,
it's
this
not
could be an
over.
end angle. It
No
could be.
way.
It could be an end angle here. They have the wave
BDE,
mid.
You can't keep getting away with these ends. There's
There's-
no way.
Oh, they stopped. Wait, they still had time. They still had like 15 seconds. All right. I'm
Victor
okay
Lux
with it.
wave
It's the
clear is
safe
pretty
play.
decent.
It's
There
the
was
safe
no
play.
Baron up.
It's the safe play.
Oh my goodness. I mean,
Whoa.
they might still be able to take Baron here if they go quickly. They
I think
can't
this is
screw around
greedy.
with these camps.
I think
Okay,
this
they
is
can't
greedy.
take camps and Baron.
Yeah, okay, good. All
They're
right,
gonna
all
go
right.
for the recalls.
Just making
Okay,
sure.
okay.
Making sure they don't
Hecarim
reach
just
over, but-
spawned. If they walk straight there, maybe they have Baron damage, but okay, they're gonna take the safe play, take away the blue buff, take away the inhibitor. Mountain,
Now, yeah.
or I'm sorry, Infernal Soul up in 3.5 minutes for them. Ezreal and Tom Kench are now the people to look at. Violence is the flashy one. Violence can make some magic happen somewhere, certainly, but it's not about the Silas. Right now, Chung and Downfall are really doing a lot more. Violence just took the red buff from an Ezreal, dude. He's got a mission. Violence is on a mission. I'm not sure what the mission is, but I sure hope he completes it. PDE are just hoping to snag a Nexus along the way.
Oh, we gotta pause. We've learned that Brenz has an emergency, so who knows what that means? But
No,
Either way-
that's Violence.
oh, it is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
because it
I
was
can't
Ezreal
read.
on top.
My bad.
No problem.
Yeah, Violence has an emergency. Maybe, he realized, okay, I'm trying my best to throw this game by getting kicked over and over again. So I'm gonna go get slapped down by my coach real quick. But nonetheless, hopefully everything is okay. Jokes aside.
So, all jokes aside, I did say it was an emergency. Really hope it's not something serious, and just something
Yeah.
that requires his immediate attention. He'll be straight back real quick. Take a breather, because we've had a lot of fighting. It is a kill per minute for BDE. They are storming through this game right now. On the other hand, MIT trying to scale up into those power spikes, but honestly, their build path, they're going for the 4-item spike. You can see the Last Whisper coming out of the Jinx, and the Void Staff is going to be coming out for the Victor, which means Rabadon's Infinity Edge will be your 4-item power spikes. You have to wait that long to get them, and you're certainly not going to get them for this Baron or this Soul fight, so BDE are looking to be in a favorable position. Yes, it is only, 2,000 gold lead, 2.2k in their favor, but BDE has just been playing the fights really well. The Ezreal is pumping out so much damage, and Downfall just does not die on this Kench. Their damage is high enough, and their tankiness is high enough. They've only got one of each. Rocky and Violence have pretty much fallen off by this point. But Chung and Downfall are trying to get them over this hump. They get this Infernal Soul. They still have a window to catch this game. Hello! I didn't realize that the camera's turned back on. Obviously, that happened a while ago because I'm watching the stream and just saw that.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, and we were talking about builds and the 4-item power spikes. It is very strange, in my opinion, this Jinx build is very strange in my opinion, because usually what you see is if you're gonna go Rune-Ons, you go Kraken. Or if you're going to go Kraken, you go Rune-Ons. If you're going to go Gale Force, you go Rapid Fire. And usually you don't see this kind of combination of both, because the idea of the idea of Runons is to kind of hit a lot of these frontline people at once, hit a lot of the members at the same time with your rockets, dealing layered damage all over, over each other and all that sort of thing. But the thing is like with Gale Force, you don't have that extra damage from the Kraken Slayer, and you're kind of using your champion more of utility based, right? So that extra auto attack range from the rapid fire is super super important and super super impactful. And yeah, it's gonna bring down your damage a little bit, but once you hit that IE, once you hit the your third fourth item, it's gonna kind of pick back up. So I'm kind of not a fan of this Gale Force Runons combination. And then going into like Last Whisper, it seems like it kind of seems like it's like Prince just doesn't know what he wants to do.
Yeah, for sure. So I've talked with a fair amount of AD carries. I think one build that some AD carries will stand on is Gale Force into Runons into IE. And the way it has been explained to me is yes, Kraken does more damage in a stand there, hit the enemy AD carry, auto attack, auto attack, auto attack. The way it has been explained to me is Jinx team fights matter about getting the passive unlock. Jinx team fights matter about getting excited. And the Gale Force gets you that first reset better and more consistently. And then you have the team fight items of the Runons and the IE to shred the enemy comp. Now going into the Last Whisper means that you're really, really, really not doing anything till 4 items. I have seen some people like the Gale Force into Runons, but it's just for that angle of getting a reset. So it's not the worst. I think in a situation, especially in this game, there's so much crowd control. Victor controls a lot of area, Lux controls a lot of area, and Hecarim and Malphite are both bringing crowd control to the team fight. So with that much peel, really feel like you should be able to make Kraken Slayer work. I agree with you, but I don't think it's an egregious error that is losing them the game. For instance, I really would like to know what is up with Divine Sunder on junglers. I thought that was pretty much phased out, but we've seen it every game here. The Trundle, the Poppy, the Hecarim, and the Volibear have all taken it. It works better in these skirmishes, I'll give you that, but these team fights, you can see how paper thin these junglers are with these build paths.
Yeah. And, we're getting messages here coming through from these players that it seems like it's going to be a little bit of a longer pause. So we're going to throw it to a quick intermission, and we'll be right back for the continuation of Game 2. All right, we are back from our short little intermission. Back onto the rift. Everything is okay. Violence has returned. So we do have 5v5 again, and the dragon is spawning in 2 minutes and 20 seconds. So we're gonna get a little pause here for good measure, just because that's how it goes. After we get a pause, so we'll just rock with it. There we go.
Okay,
there we go. We're back. We're back. But yeah, I mean,
no.
I don't know. Baron is up. I imagine we won't have too much happening until this dragon spawns, as that is basically the guaranteed next fighting point in this game. But yeah, I mean, they're going on to me. They might have caught him. They might have caught him here. As unstoppable force has to be used, but the damage is enough. Somehow, I have no idea how they were able to actually kill me there. But
we don't have Chung. They got to be careful. Okay. They scared me walking forward there. It was a good pick. I found out now 4v5. They're gonna rotate over to the Baron.
Yeah, should be free.
Vision's not in their favor, and you still have all the big team fighters up and available. Chung is putting damage down onto this Baron with Rocky, but it's going to take quite some time. We'll see if Crow wants to step up. By the looks of things, they might just do that. It's gonna happen too crazy. Downfall's positioning in front. Violence wants the fight, but it's 7k on the Baron.
Yeah, sure. Just try to finish Baron here. Let Downfall zone. We'll see what they go for. Violence gonna take away that mouth penalty. Oh, it is a 3-man unstoppable force from Violence, but he's gonna go down on the other side. Final Spark is going to find 2, and it is a 3v3 for the time being. Mia's joined back into the fight. We'll be diving into the backlines. The Onslaught of Shadow is not yet available, but Downfall is trying to frontline. Chung going in front line. Is going to get 1 kill back, and now it's numbers advantage. Actually, no, not yet. It's still 2v2 as Wingman was able to go down. And he is going to go down as well. Beautiful play by Downfall to eat his 80 carry. Over the wall we go as the blast cone is used, but Crow should go down as well. The flash just for good measure, and Downfall and Chung are going to secure the ace for BDE.
Wait, go end.
Yeah, wait, yeah.
Oh, Styx is 5 seconds.
Is up. Wait,
yeah, but
I guess not.
There's a lot. Yeah, but I don't think Downfall cares about Jinx.
No, definitely not. But I think they're able to clear the way before they actually can get there. They were still pretty far. I guess they have TP.
Downfall had teleport.
Yeah, maybe not.
Downfall might have been able to TP,
it's
take both
fine.
Nexus towers.
We'll play for the soul.
I don't think it was an end angle. It was very close, but not quite. And now the recalls are all off kilter. You've got 10 seconds on Crow. Teleport is available, but you gotta think the soul's gonna be over and done with before that even becomes an option.
Let's see if me can get here.
Sai?
I stole it! Sign stole the dragon!
Nowhere.
Stole the dragon, saves the game, will give their life, but nonetheless, Prince is under threat. Could go down here as Violence is going to have to go golden. Jinx gets devoured up and will go down as Downfall goes legendary. Rocky's just running in. Okay, dude. What's happening? What is happening? What is happening?
I think during the pause, his teammates flamed him for his ability.
Styx sold the Gale Force and bought Kraken. There we go.
All right, now someone's
Styx was watching the stream.
Make him build a chem tech.
Styx was watching the stream. Styx was watching the stream.
Oh my goodness! Double defensive. Don't like it out of Chung. I really don't think you need Frozen Heart here, but
they find the knockup on the Egyptian, but is able to get out for the time being. Team American Death Rocket blocked up by Downfall. It's the unstoppable force taken away again by Violence. They're trying to do a little blue buff shenanigans.
Violence so low yet again. HP. He just needs cooldowns.
Oh, blue buff secured. As you know what, going in. Onto Sign. Solo picked. Solo Malphite ulti onto the support. Looks pretty good, I guess. As now Mia's in trouble, gonna get devoured up. Tidal Wave comes through. 2-shot barrage over the top. As nice job by Chung dodging out of the onslaught of shadows. The Rockies in the back lines are flashing forward. And Prince is dead. This looks like it is gonna be it. As BDE goes crazy 5-for-1 in their favor. The full team ace. And they have the wave mid. They're looking like they're gonna end.
Oh, it is game, set, and match, and that's going to be the whole series as well. BDE sweating for it a little bit. Tied for first place, these two teams were, and you can see why MIT put up a big fight, but no, BDE will win, and sadly enough, winning here does put them into second place due to head-to-heads, but it puts them over MIT, who are now in third. I believe it's I want to say it's a GSG squad that has first, but I don't play in this league.
Iota.
Okay, I got it.
Iota.
I remembered. Hey, 2 hours ago, I looked at that sheet once. I'll take it.
Very nice. Very nice.
Big congratulations to BDE. It was just it kind of felt like a player diff in a lot of situations. I felt like the compositions from MIT were superior in both games realistically. First one was a lot closer than the second one, but MIT just couldn't get it together. They couldn't get the scaling aspects nailed down, and BDE ran away with those early game leads in game 2. Game 2 looked a lot cleaner for BDE. When they have the early game lead, you can see it's a different kind of team you're fighting against. You rate in violence in those mid games, and that is a terrifying team.
Yeah,
like, they didn't make many other mistakes. They really
absolutely,
did.
yeah, absolutely, and violence. We saw very, very good mechanics from this player. Just a little bit of overaggression, like just trying to get caught for fun. A lot of times, and BDE looked very, very solid. So definitely shout outs to them. Like you said, they're going to be in second place due to head-to-heads, but this does put them at 7-1. Very, very solid. The only other team that's 7-1 is, like you said, Goon Squad Gaming Iota, who they played last week, BDE and GSG won due to a forfeit. But nonetheless, congratulations to BDE. Give them sole holding of second place. That's going to be it for us here on Sunday on the main channel for Zero Gravity Gaming in the IBS division. My name is Radchains, joined by Django. Thank you for joining us today. Hope you guys enjoyed the cast. Have a good week, and we'll see you guys next Sunday for some more IBS action.
Good night.